The cool glow of a smartphone screen reveals more than just a person scrolling through a feed. In a dark room, that light illuminates the solitary shadows of a face looking into the glass for proof that they exist. In the psychological text, The Root Within, researchers Gregory Hayes and Kenneth Johnson suggest that this screen is not a bridge to others. It is a mirror for our own hidden insecurities, magnifying the doubts we carry beneath the surface. When a notification appears, the brain registers a physical rush. A single like functions as a digital crumb of approval. It offers a fleeting sensation of being seen, triggering the illusion that your worth is being validated in real time. The moment the notifications stop, the rush evaporates. The user begins to refresh the feed, weighting and measuring their value against the silence. The connection is gone, replaced by an endless, anxious chase to recapture that sense of being noticed. Social media offers no cure for the underlying sense of inadequacy. Instead, it creates a dependency on the temporary relief of validation hunger. Social media functions as a digital theater. Every post and comment is a performance, a stage where insecurity is put on display for an audience of strangers. This chart maps social media insecurity into 6 distinct branches, ranging from FOMO to addiction. While comparison, validation hunger, and outrage appear separate, they all grow from the same root, expressing the fear of being insufficient. The platforms themselves rely on this cycle. Algorithms are designed to identify and exploit these specific behavioral branches, keeping users engaged by leaning into their psychological wounds. We step into this digital court every day, handing over our self-worth to a feed of strangers and allowing them to act as the jury. In the quiet space of the home, 2 people can sit on the same couch, physically together but mentally isolated, each lost in the curated lives of people they barely know. This diagram illustrates the comparison spiral. It begins with the act to browse social media, then immediately moves to compare yourself. Measuring raw reality against heavily edited highlight reels inevitably leads to experience negative emotions. We are comparing our struggles to staged success. This subgraph on the bottom left shows the long-term impact of this habit. The curve trends sharply upward, demonstrating how the baseline of this specific insecurity increases the more time we spend comparing ourselves to others. This dynamic often invades romantic relationships. Partners who absorb these digital illusions begin to feel a quiet resentment toward their own reality, measuring their actual connection against a flawless, staged fantasy that does not exist. The poison of comparison ensures a constant sense of loss, because it is impossible to compete with stage lighting and professional editing. On the other side of the feed is the illusionist. They spend agonizing effort to crop, filter, and rewrite a caption, ensuring every detail is perfect before they dare to post. This intense curation is a calculated audition for acceptance. The user tailors their appearance to fit a perceived standard, hoping likes confirm their value. When a heavily edited image receives a wave of compliments, it rarely provides lasting satisfaction. Instead, it often makes the user feel more isolated. The applause confirms a deep-seated fear that the true, unfiltered self is unworthy of being seen. The attention is given to the mask, not the person. The ultimate cost of digital curation is the erasure of the authentic self in exchange for hollow approval. The most aggressive mask is the provocateur. They type furiously, their face illuminated by the teal light of a screen as they search for digital combat. Viral rants and cruel comments are frequently presented as moral strength. However, these outbursts are rarely driven by deep conviction or a desire for justice. Rage serves as a defense mechanism, a plea for visibility when positive admiration feels unavailable. It is a way to be noticed in a crowded digital room. This manufactured outrage bleeds into the physical world, fracturing real communities. It replaces genuine trust with a paranoia fueled by algorithms. The loudest voices online are often the most fragile, weaponizing anger to mask a terror of being irrelevant. Eventually, the feed ends, the screen goes dark, and the user is left in the silence of an empty room. This graph illustrates the relationship between social media use and perceived social exclusion. The data shows a direct linear spike. The more time spent on these platforms, the more likely a person is to feel a paralyzing sense of being left out. This is the paradox of modern digital life. A person can be surrounded by thousands of followers and accumulate endless likes, yet remain entirely alone. A tool designed for connection has, for many, resulted in a measurable increase in isolation. The more visible we try to be, the more disconnected we feel. It leaves us with a final question. Is the attention we chase through a glowing screen ever a substitute for the genuine recognition we are actually looking for?